Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the field. Get ready for a shakedown. Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
Shakedown.
Here comes Philly Shakedown.
Let's go.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Philly Shakedown. Philly 500 was late, but I've been late as well because something came up. So, regardless, I do apologize. We do apologize. And Philly, what's going on, man? How's that?
That's on me. That's on me. I take the heat for that one. I'm doing great. I am doing great, man. I can't. I'm still on cloud nine about this draft and everything happened, dude. I still wake up every day going, did we really get AJ Brown? Did that really happen?
I know.
You know, it's crazy.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah, now we're at rookie minicamp now, and you know it's after the draft. We're getting the rookie minicamp, and what's been the most exciting thing to look forward to during the rookie minicamp? What you been keeping your close eye on as of right now?
Biggest thing that I worried about minicamp is biggest thing I wanted to see, and I saw it, and I'm good. I just wanted to see if Nakobe Dean was favoring a shoulder, or limping, or couldn't run, couldn't do something. I'm trying to figure out how did this happen?
Yeah.
But he looked great. He was moving great. Jordan Davis looks like he's even in more shape than he was at the combine. Like, did you see this guy move? Oh my gosh,
big man,
dude.
Pause.
Yeah,
pause. Big pause. But
we like the big man.
No, he looks good. Like, even though you're watching Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean walk into practice, which was awesome. You know, very close. So,
but
I'm excited.
Boy, Dean looks small compared to him.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, that's a small linebacker. He looks like 5'9" linebacker. But you know, it's nice. Just
everybody wants to see Jordan Mailata and Jordan Davis next to each other, see like just the size comparison. But
well, Malata's going to be 2 inches bigger, I think, right? He's like 6'8".
Yeah. 360.
I can't wait to see when the offensive line and defense line get at it at training camp. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be some nasty battles.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now about so we signed a whole bunch of undrafted free agents. Now, I know we kind of probably talked. I don't know if we talked about them last week. What do you think about some of the undrafted guys? Who are you keeping an eye on as of right now between all those guys?
Well, I'm the kid. The guy, you know, a couple of those corners, the one corner from Clemson, was it Moorhead or something? I can't remember his name.
Mario Goodrich.
Goodrich, right? Him. Keep an eye on him just because the amount of money they paid him. Carson Strong, the running back from Oklahoma, Brooks. I really think the Eagles need another running back. So those are the main guys most likely. The kid, the other corner, Job or Joby or whatever.
Josh Job,
yeah. Him, because we've got a major hole at corner, you know, major. So that is where I'm kind of looking at right now.
Yeah, I mean, I like, you know, I want to see because they gave Mario Goodrich, you know, $216,000. They gave a lot of money to him.
I know.
You know what I mean? So
and
we're looking at Josh
tripping up in he was tripping up in his drills, dude. I was like, wait, a second.
Yeah, I know.
Is this why he didn't get drafted?
It's the first day, though, so I'm not going to go crazy with it. You know, it's the first day, but it could be a little bit nervousness. Could be anything at this point, but we'll see. I do like Kenny Brooks. I do like Kenny Brooks a lot. I think he runs between the tackles really well. You know, he's not fast, but I feel like he goes into another gear when he gets through the tackles, and he's got some toughness to him. Somewhat of a bruiser, in my opinion. I know they have that Jerry Howard Jr. they signed as well, and that's another guy.
I don't know if they signed him or he just is having a tryout.
Oh, maybe it is a tryout.
Because I read it initially was a signing, then they switched it to he's trying out. There's a bunch of players on that roster this week and trying out.
Right.
So I don't know. It's been very hush hush today about whatever went on in rookie camp. I don't know if media is allowed in there except for that first 10 minutes of practice on the first day. You know.
Yeah, we talked about it today because I didn't know if they had practice or there was at least flooding or something going on in Philly today. So I don't know if the guys were able to drive or something happened today. I don't know what happened. I don't think there was camp. I don't think there was camp today at all. I don't know. I don't even know. But what happened?
I'm just trying. Why does Philly 500 keep mispronouncing quarterbacks when talk takes about holes? What does he mean? I don't get it.
I don't know. We have a super chat from Green Acre, Kiwi City. What's going on, man? He says, good morning, 11 a.m. Sunday morning. Taking my son to play rugby, footy, watching you boys. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate that, man. Shout out to you. Rugby is fun. You got to like rugby. Much better than soccer. Soccer.
I used to play soccer. I hated it.
I say, why kick the ball when you could pick it up and run with it? That's my philosophy.
Right. Yeah, no, so we're kind of getting into the whole aspect of now rookie mini camp, and then hopefully and then we're gonna have a little bit of a dead time between June and July until things start to move towards OTAs.
Dude,
so definitely enjoy your summer.
Listen, we're not gonna get anything out of rookie camp except for can these guys move around how they look. I mean, they got no pads or anything, so I'm not gonna get all hyped up about any of these guys. I just wanted to see if Dean practiced and if he could move, and he did. So I'm good. To me, the next big thing is there's two things. One, we got the schedule coming up this week. I am dying to see this schedule. I cannot wait.
Yeah, true that.
The second thing is you got to get a corner. I just think if Bradbury becomes available, you have to jump on it.
Really? So what if he costs 10 plus a year? What if he costs 10 plus? You don't care? You'll pay him that money?
$10 million a year for 1 year? Yeah, I'll give him 1 year. Sure.
Okay.
Not my money.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to actually get him. I mean, aggressively, when I hear aggressively, I feel like that's the word I'm kind of tired of hearing this entire offseason when it comes to Eagles having interest in players. But, there's a lot of other veteran corners out there. Like, you have, Joe Hayden and Kyle Fuller. You have Xavier Rhodes is probably one of my favorites because he worked with Jonathan Gannon with the Colts. So
I think that Xavier Rhodes would be the most sensible because he worked with him. But I think Bradbury's the best. I think Bradbury would be an upgrade over Steven Nelson. So to me, if I could land him, I think you take this team even to another level. But if you have to settle for Rhodes or somebody like that, you have to do it. See, I know a lot of people want to go with the young guys. I'm okay with the young guys winning a job, but just let them beat out the corner. If they beat out a veteran, then cut the veteran. But otherwise, I got to bring in somebody. I just have to.
Yeah, no, I agree. Totally agree. So you're gonna have a lot there, and then obviously at safety, it's another hole there. So I'm trying to figure out right now. Like I know the Eagles try to go after Marcus Williams. Do you think they're actually set and think that Marcus Epps could take the job and roll with it? Do you think there's a possibility they might try to make a trade or?
I mean, you never know what they'll do. They could at this point they could do anything. I think a lot of the narratives of what was going on or what their plan originally was. I think things have changed a little bit based upon the trade for A.J. Brown. So I think now they're a little more eager than maybe they were originally to invest in not just the future, but this year. Yeah. So now I wouldn't be surprised if they do some stuff. I think my prediction is that they sign either a safety or corner. They're not going to sign both, but they'll sign one. That's what I guess.
What would you rather have?
Corner. Because I trust Epps more than I trust McPherson or those guys. True, so right. I'd rather have a corner. I think you could get by for a year like that. You're still going to have a hole there, but I think you could survive. So I would much rather have another corner.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. I think corners, I think you're going to have more when it comes to getting cornerback. You're going to have more of an option because there are veteran guys out there. But safety, it's like, you could. I mean, I have a lot of trust in Epps. I mean, he had a solid year last year, and can he get it done? I don't know. But there's rumors about Chuck Clark or whatever his name is from Baltimore. It's another one that you could try.
Chuck Clark would be great, but
yeah,
I mean that one you have to trade. The thing with the Bradbury thing is if he gets cut, You don't have to give up any assets to get him. You just got to figure out a pay. My hope is that he's like, I hate the Giants. I want to play him twice a year. You know, that's what you want.
Yeah, right. No, so I mean, I heard it's Philly, and I heard it's Washington as well. Yeah.
Who would want to play for Washington? They don't even got a good name, dude. I think the Eagles are so much. If I'm a player like a Bradbury, I'm going, man, look at the Eagles. Like they kind of scary right now. If Jalen Hurts takes off the way I think he can, this is a scary team. Expectations have changed. The Eagles are no longer, a 7-9 win team. To me, they got to win this division.
Oh yeah, this year, yeah. I mean, literally, I think they can get to double digits if they really get together. They should score 30 points a game for what they have.
Yeah,
I mean, they should, and that will get you to win the East. I mean, the East is wide open. I mean, this division's wide open. I think the Eagles can go and take it. I mean, who knows what they do in the playoffs? I'm not going to go that far ahead of time, but I mean, if Jalen Hurts gets his crap together, I mean, they could do some damage.
Listen, I think what I think the Eagles should be able to do, my opinion. I think they should be able to win the division, host one playoff game, and at least win that. Like, to me, that's a successful season. And if Hurts takes a bigger jump, like let's say he takes a comparable jump from like Wentz did from year 1 to year 2, we're going to Super Bowl.
Yeah, true.
That's what I think.
Clark says we haven't been fixing our secondary since we won the Super Bowl.
No, we haven't. But just think about this. Imagine if you got Bradbury and your corners were Slay, Bradbury, and Avonte Maddox. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
No,
we're not asking Bradbury to be the number 1 corner. We're asking him to be the number 2.
Yeah, he'll play above average as a number 2. I mean, he probably will play above average. Definitely.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll give you at the very least what you got in Steven Nelson last year. So, yeah, I agree.
Damian Francisco says send Rager and a mid-round pick for Clark. Hey, is Howie keeping this guy or what? I mean, what do you get? I mean, I know he has to say he's keeping him because he has to say it, but is he actually keeping him? Is there a chance?
I don't. I have to look at what's his dead money hit. What's his dead money hit? Because I think they're going to try to trade him, and if it doesn't work, I think they cut him. There's no possible way you can have I can't see the Eagles putting Rager in like as the 5th wide receiver and paying him all that money and not trying to play him more.
Right.
So if he's on the team, I think they're going to try to use him over Quez. I think they're going to try to use him over Pascal, and I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think we could probably both agree they're probably going to keep 5 receivers most likely. We'd probably guess 5. So you're telling me that even some of these other guys coming in, even you look at even the undrafted guys, like you look at Britton Covey is another one I've been really looking at a lot, and this is like a pure special team yak yardage king. I mean, you watch like 18 minutes of his highlights. I mean, he's played wide receiver, he's played in the slot. I mean, he usually just does go routes, slant routes. He's just for those quick first downs. Like he could be that 3rd down type gadget wide receiver on end arounds, jet sweeps, screen passes, whatever you want. There's no way that, even Greg Ward, I mean, Rager, it's just, there's no way he starts over what's in front of him right now with Zach Pascal. I mean, I just don't think I think it's a dead road for him right now.
I think if they can't put him on there, they're going to cut him. I think they're going to cut him at the end of the day. I just can't see Rager on this team because I think if he was on the team, they would try to justify playing him because of the money he makes. But I just can't see him sitting on as a 5th wide receiver making all that money. I think they either trade him or cut him. It's got to be one or the other.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I hope they do. Further Am says Eagles are building for a Super Bowl, not rebuilding for next year.
No, I agree with that. But just based upon what they've done, they've also gotten better for next year too.
Yeah. I mean, even this, it's a lot like you mentioned, like some of what Harry Roseman said, even before about being a long-term draft. Like these are, long-term pieces like Jordan Davis and getting the Kobe Dean in the 3rd round. I mean, Cam Jurgens. I mean, they're good picks. They're futuristic picks.
Even AJ Brown is a future signing because he's only 24. But one of the side effects of having AJ Brown next year is he's going to help improve for next year also. So I think we get the best of both worlds. I think we get to build for a future, and I think we got a team that can literally go win a division.
Did you see the contract for AJ Brown? Like the cap hits?
Very cap friendly. Yes.
Oh my God, Howie Roseman.
I try to tell people that the Eagles could pull it off. There's always ways to do it, and Howie, that's what he's very good at. So I thought it was great. Yeah.
He's not even. You get him cheap this year, and then he's still on his rookie deal. Next year, he's not even a $9 million cap hit next year on his new deal.
That's huge.
It's crazy.
It's huge. It's great. That's why when people say, well, can we go for Bradbury? I'm like, well, yeah, we can afford him. If we want him, we can get him.
Right. Paul says Bradbury will be signed with Washington Commanders to reunite with head coach Ron Rivera, who drafted him while with the Panthers. And yeah, probably it could happen.
Perhaps that could very well happen. But you got to make your play. You got to make your play for him.
I totally agree. So we heard the news during the first day. Well, Nick really likes Carson Strong. He really likes Carson Strong, talking about his not looking at the sideline for play calling and strong arm. What do you think of that? Because Cryptologist says Strong or Minshew are good passers. I agree with that. I
mean, he's got a huge arm. He's got a cannon. There's no question about it. He's got you could see that arm is live, dude. With some of the throws he made, they're live. So, I mean, he's got some talent. The question is, what will he develop into? It's so hard to know.
Do you see a situation where they actually even with Gardner Minshew in general, do you think he's staying? Do you think there's a chance if QB gets hurt, or maybe there is already interest already for Minshew that they could let him go and maybe have Carson Strong as the backup quarterback to Jalen Hurts?
No, I don't see it this year. I think they would have traded Minshew already. I mean, it's still possible. Anything's possible. Maybe you get a situation like with Sam Stinkford, where you wait for somebody to get hurt and then you trade for more. I mean, that's possible. But I see Strong as more of a guy to develop from a 3 and then next year take over the backup role for Minshew when he goes.
Right.
I don't know if I see them trading him.
Yeah, because even with the Nate Herbig situation, he ended up getting released. Now, there was an RFA tender on him, a second-round tender, so I guess that maybe affected it because they tried to trade him during the draft, but I guess they were trying to get a second-round pick for him because they have to. If you trade for him, you have to get a second-round pick, if that was the case.
Well, he didn't. I think he wasn't happy about the Juergens draft, and he wasn't going to get that much playing time, it looked like. So they granted him his wish.
Yeah, they could be it. And I think even so, what is your move for Cam Juergens this year?
Right guard. I want him right guard.
Driscoll. Okay.
Yeah, and then I take Seumalo, and he'd be my swing offensive lineman on the bench. If I need him left guard, I can put him left guard. Need him at right guard, I can move him all around. So that's what I would do. And just let him play next to Kelsey and learn.
True.
That's what I would do.
Rural Sonora says, who picked up Ojabo?
Pittsburgh.
He was
not Pittsburgh, Baltimore.
Philly was very upset. He was very upset.
Well, Baltimore always picks the right guy. So as soon as I know Baltimore got him, I knew I was right about him. I wanted him.
R. Ryan says, "What do you think will happen to Tyree Jackson this year with tying 2 and 3? Now with Grant Calcaterra at the 6th round from SMU and what they have right now, how do you think this is all gonna go?
My guess is he comes back and they put him on injured reserve again. They stash him. They give him another year somehow.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's realistic. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you have J Jaw that's going into the position right now that
he's not going to make it.
He's not. Can he block tight? Can he block defensive ends and linebackers? I mean, can he even do that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think if he's going to be successful, he's got to be a receiving tight end. And I think with Stahl, I think with this kid that we just got, I think it's going to be very hard for Whiteside to make this roster.
Yeah.
But you never know. The last preseason game, he may have 200 yards catching. That's what he always does.
Yeah, plus Tyree Jackson's coming off that ACL too, which we were really excited about him, but we don't know how that's going to work out with him. I like Tyree Jackson a lot. This would be his second year playing tight end because I think last year.
Yeah, well, he's coming back he tore his ACL, right? So he tore his ACL. He'll come back. He'll probably start slow. If it was me, what I would do is I would stash him. I would stash him. Say it's an injury or whatever, and just give him a whole nother year to recover.
True. Stuart Blaze with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Say what up, boys? What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Now I want to ask, with AJ Brown now into this, can't believe AJ Brown's a Philadelphia Eagle. Since he is in the lineup now, do you think the Eagles are going to run as much as last year? Do you think they're gonna dime it down a little bit?
No, I actually talked about this in one of my videos coming up. I was saying that I think that they should run the ball as much as they did when they with the running backs. So use your running backs like you did last year. But I dialed the Jalen Hurts runs back. I don't want him running as much. I want him throwing more. If he has to run because of pressure, he's scrambling, making a play, it's one thing. But I don't want this. I want to limit his design runs because I don't want him getting hurt. I think he's got to become a better passer. He's got to do more with his arm. So I think just like him development-wise, he should throw more than he did last year. Now, I'm not saying 60-40 pass. I still think you got to run the ball a lot, but I do think you got to mix it up more with him, especially the play action. The play action should be there all day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
don't make it too obvious. Just doing read options and just RPOs the whole entire game.
I mean, I don't know this statistic, but I would like to know how many designed runs he had a game. I'm guessing over 5.
Yeah.
So if I could cut those back and run and throw, I'd be happy.
Yeah, true. The answer apologist, what's going on, man? He says, keep Minshew. He's literally better than the starting quarterbacks. Cough, Daniel Jones, cough.
He is better than Daniel Jones. That's true. I think he's staying. $900,000 as a backup is cheap, dude.
Right. Yeah. And especially if I think the good thing with Carson Strong, if he develops pretty nicely, he might give our guys some good looks for this, for preseason, some of these games and, training camp and some of the scrimmages. I think it's because when you have a crap quarterback and you go into this whole camp and came and throw the ball to some of these guys that are trying to make the team as well, kind of sucks for a lot of players, but I think he will, he'll do pretty well. I'm hoping I see some.
It's going to be a fun preseason. I really want to see Carson Strong in preseason. I hope he plays a lot. Because I want to watch him and see what he's all about. It's going to be fun.
Oh, definitely. We got super chat from Clark Roberts. Thank you so much, man. He says, "Run first, play action, RPO based offense."
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of that. I do. I want to cut down on Hurts. Chances of getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? I think you have to throw more with the weapons you have. I think you have to.
Yeah, even in the red zone too, that too much of Hurts getting the ball and just going up the middle. They got to protect him. I mean, he has the offensive line to do it. There were some times last year that he didn't need to take the ball for himself, and they did it way too much.
I think hand off to the running backs as much as last year, but just cut his design runs back and have more passing attempts.
I agree. We got a super chat from George Burrow. What's going on, man? He said, "What's going on, Philly and Joey? It's good to see Nakobe Dean out there playing with the guys. I don't know where this injury stuff came from, but looks healthy as hell.
He looked great. He looked great. He was moving great. I have it's the weirdest thing. Now I have a conspiracy theory tossed around my head.
Oh boy.
What if it was one of the Eagles scouting people that did this? This is why Howie's cleaning house, because he has to get rid of any possibility of being exposed. He found out that some of these people were leaking it, and he's like, we can't have that. And so that's why he fired them.
Could be. It could be. It could be anything, but there's so
I don't know. I'm just a conspiracy.
But dude, when we were on stream though, how many people were in the chat saying, "Oh, it was his back, it was his toes, it was we're like, where's all this coming from? Is this why this guy slid down the draft so far?"
Yeah, and even Ian Rappaport's he has to have a pectoral surgery, but he's refusing to get it. So it's just weird.
I know it cost him. I feel bad for him because it cost him a lot of money. But we got him for absolutely nothing.
What if Howie found out that Casey Whittle or somebody, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there, was the one leaking this and he dropped, And then Howie's like, I can't have this guy on a team. We're going to get exposed. And that's why they cleaned house. Why'd you fire all your scouting department? Like, you just had a great draft.
Yeah. Light and process, good theory. Good theory.
It's just a theory. It's just a theory.
No, I totally agree with that. I mean, look, like there's always one rumor turns in. When you hear one rumor, the story changes from rumor to from person to person to person. It just keeps changing. And I mean, we thought after getting Cam Jurgens, I mean, that was it. We lost getting to Kobe Dean, but then all of a sudden that third, we were sitting there and it happened. It worked out. So
yeah,
it's a total steal. It's a total steal, man.
Oh, it's a total steal. There's no question. I mean, we don't really. We'll know how good these guys are in 4 or 5 years. But today, as we sit, it looks like a great draft.
Definitely. Paul says Nakobe Dean was always a mid-second round pick due to short size, small arm length to begin with, and then a pectoral strain pushed him down to the third.
Maybe, but the only thing I can go on is what I've seen everybody talk about, all the mock drafts. That's the only thing I can go on. And he was always top 25, always.
Yeah.
But maybe he was going to go second round. Either way, to me, it's a huge break because he felt like he was going in the first round, and he's got a chip on his shoulder now,
Yeah, 2 rounds, and all those teams passed up on him, and I hope he takes it out on everybody.
Exactly.
We got Esmerita Booth in the building. Every mock I saw had him in the first.
Yeah, me too. Everything I had saw, every time they talked about him, he was the best linebacker of the draft. So I mean, that's all I can go on. I can't believe he fell to the third.
Yeah, I wonder if even when the Lions moved up for Jameson Williams, I wonder if like the Eagles were actually going to get him. But I mean, obviously not now, just because
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't. I thought Jordan Davis was their guy all along. I really believe that. It just made sense. It made sense from the beginning of all season that's where they would go. I think once Ojabo got hurt, I really believe it was Jordan Davis. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much when Ojabo got hurt. They got Derek Barnett. They kind of said, okay, we're just going to bring Derek Barnett back, and they kind of switched, down their board a little bit. And yeah, Jordan Davis was right there. I had a feeling. I was like, one of those Georgia defensive tackles becomes a Philadelphia Eagle, and it was the right choice. The two first pre-draft visits were Wyatt and Jordan Davis, right? So that was good because we looked at this offseason and this draft went so well, but then we looked at the pre-draft vids and it all makes sense. Like they brought in they brought in trade-up candidates. They brought up candidates that could be there at 15 and 18. So they did a really good job. Now it's all about really just getting this coaching staff together and, how to use these players the right way. And I think we're going to be set.
Right.
Totally set. Alex says Hurts ran a lot, but the majority of the runs weren't by design. After his second read wasn't open, he left the pocket early. To me, Hurts is a fine thrower, but he needs to read the defense better.
Yeah, definitely has to prove there. He does. This whole season comes down to Hurts. It's all about him at the end of the day. We all know, like, if he improves and he's much better this year, the Eagles are going to be really good. If he struggles, they're going to struggle. It's all about Hurts.
Yeah,
and it should be, and I'm okay. Like I want him to be successful, but if he isn't, whoever they get at quarterback they're going to be able to. Whoever comes in that situation is coming into a lot of talent.
Right. That's going to be a good thing about it. But I think if Hurts, we want Hurts to work out. If Hurts works out, then we're closer to competing. Yes. But then it further, it gets you further away from, probably competing in the future. So you get a new quarterback next year, it might take another 2 years. So you never know what could happen.
I want Hurts to come out and throw 35 touchdowns and just be the guy, and then put all the doubters, put all the questions to rest, and then let's go.
Yeah, Latin process. They weren't going to trade for Jameson Williams because the AJ trade was final Thursday morning, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Who would have known? Philly Juan says, so the Lions trade ahead of us for nothing. I wouldn't say for nothing. They got somebody that's going to be ready for training camp unless they want to play him, but it's really up to them.
I was surprised that they went up so high to get a wide receiver in this draft. So maybe they thought the Eagles were going to take him. I don't know, but I didn't think the Eagles were taking him at any point. I thought he'd have to fall to 18 for that to happen.
True. Torvald says the Cowboys drafted players with character issues, which means they will probably be wearing an ankle monitor by year 2.
Oh, I think some of them already got them. They've got a big supply in their closet. The Cowboys do of just what your monitors. They just hand them out like jersey numbers.
I see some of these Cowboy fans trying to say, "Oh, he's polished. He's a little bit more time." They're trying to make something good out of these picks. But I mean, they were dying to get Nakobe Dean. Now they're saying Nakobe Dean's horrible. He's not going to make it. Since he's an Eagle.
He's horrible. Jordan Davis is fat and slow and lazy, but they wanted him. Their whole all season has been a disaster. Yeah, they are not better than they were a year ago. That is for sure. And they're scared and they're lashing out. Even Mark Holmes has to do videos about the Eagles stealing their draft picks. We're stealing Dallas's draft picks now. I mean, that's where we're at with it.
So even if you watch NFL Network now, like the Eagles are being talked about a lot now because of this draft, the trade for A.J. Brown, and even saying, could this be the best duo? I mean, with the wide receivers, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, and what they could do together. Because really, when you think about it, what did A.J. Brown have around him last year? And I mean, really, like, is he a number 1 receiver on the Titans last year for you or no?
Yeah, I think he's the number 1 receiver, but that's a run. That team runs the ball, man.
Right.
Henry's the guy. So how many opportunities? I expect him to get more opportunities, but also even though we're going to run a lot still, he knows how to deal with that. He can work within that system. So, it can be the best duo. I don't doubt that at all. They've got all the potential in the world. It's all about the quarterback.
Yeah, definitely agree. We have 276 in the chat, 283 in the chat. Appreciate everybody coming to the stream tonight. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. If you're new, we cover the Eagles every single day. If you haven't subscribed to the better half of the Philly Shakedown, Philly 500, his link is in the description below. We've been covering. I mean, you go back to watch the draft. For people who joined the draft and people that are new right now, definitely check out. Every year we're going to be streaming the draft. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody that was been.
It was fun.
And it's nice as a content creator, and I've discussed this before, to go over this whole offseason before the draft of all the players we want. It's nice for it to pay off in a draft like that. You put all your hard work into it, and I'm glad that we had a really good draft.
I'm going to give you the one downside of this great draft. You know what the one downside is? That we have to wait 4 months for football. Like, I don't know how I'm going to make it. I know. Like, I can't wait to see this team. Like, I don't know how I'm going to make it, dude. I honestly don't. It's going to be torturous. Yeah,
we're going to be more excited for preseason this year, and we're going to be definitely excited. It's going to be a long 4 months, but definitely enjoy your summer, though. Enjoy your summer. But
yep.
Definitely. All right, so Samal will 100% be right guard this season. Juergens isn't sniffing right guard this season. His pass blocking is one of the strongest points of his game. Any only casuals undervalue Samalo?
I'm a casual then because I'm not a fan. I don't like his pass block.
His pass protection is not good.
Great. His pass protection I do not like. I like his run blocking, but I think he's a great. I like him because he's versatile. So I like to keep him as like a reserve. So if I need him, but I'm not a big Sam Waller guy.
Yeah, sure. Chris Scott says, "Hey brothers, every time I hear people talk about our receivers, they always forget Quez. They got to keep playing Quez."
Well, I mean, I've done so many videos on Quez Watkins over the last year. Like, I'm all for Quez. I think Quez may benefit the most out of anybody, right? Mm-hmm. The question that I have with Quez Watkins is, are they going to give him the right amount of snaps? Are they going to use him enough? He got limited opportunities last year and was great. He needs way more.
Yeah, I mean, if they want, like, I can see them maybe taking him out, maybe for red zone, or they want to put like Pascal in there for red zone, just as a big body in there or something like that, if that's what they want to do. But I feel like from A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, I feel like, and plus Jalen Hurts, they have to respect him and his running ability and this offensive line, plus the running backs they have behind him. I think Quez can make a lot of plays out of the slot. I think he's, 647 yards last year. I mean, he should have had 1,000 yards. In my opinion, he should have been at 1,000 yards from all the missed opportunities he's had, whether it was underthrown, overthrown balls, plus missed opportunities on just missing him totally or not seeing him open. So,
right.
Quez is just getting better every single year. Really, the only thing that he did wrong this year was probably, I forgot what game it was, that's end of the second quarter when he missed that touchdown that went right through his hands, wide open in the end zone. I forgot what game that was. But, I think definitely some good things we're going to see from him this year.
I think so. I think so. I to me, the only issue is going to be, do they use him right? And if Rager is on this team, are they going to try to push him out there because of the money he's making?
Yeah, true. Dirty says, if Hurts isn't our guy, we get Bryce Young next year. Does he have 2 years max to win us a playoff game and prove he's the guy? Do you give him an extra year after this year? That's the question.
Who Hurts?
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on
cap situation, maybe. I don't know.
I'm not worried. To me, it just depends on how he looks. What he looks like. If he looks like he's taking a pretty good, step, then maybe I risk it. But remember, the issue with Hurts is not the extra year; it's that he's going to be up for an extension. You don't want to give him an extension and you wait another year. It's going to cost you even more money, or you could lose him. So the Eagles have to make a decision on whether they're going to pay him. That's where the issue comes in, right? If he was a first round pick, you would have a whole nother year after this year, but you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I could see if like they figure, well, let's not spend all the money this year. We'll wait another draft unless they feel like there's another quarterback coming out in the future after next year, and they feel.
But the thing is, let's say they don't extend him after this year, and then he goes out and he kills it that final year. Now he doesn't have to sign with you. Now he could walk away. He'd be the most sought after free agent in the NFL. So you have to be careful how you do it. Yeah, I assume that the Eagles are going to look at this season and make a decision on him. And if they make a decision on him, they're going to extend him.
Right. Because if you wait too long and just say like Devontae Smith's contract's going to come up soon, like that contract will come up sooner or later.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and the wide receiver is a big market right now, and that God knows how much further it's going to go up, because it probably will go up at this point. So you never know.
Right.
So Chris Scott says Quez Watkins could have a breakout season. He's going to be matched up 1-on-1 with cornerback 3. He could have 8 touchdowns, 800 yards. Yeah.
He could have a big year. They just got to use him. I mean, just give him the snaps, give him the opportunities. He should be their third wide receiver. If they use him like that, he's going to have if they use him like that, and then like, they're going to be so explosive, dude. It's going to be crazy. I
know. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait. I actually can't wait. Jeremiah Butler, what's going on, man? He says, I'd actually like to see Juergens get limited snaps this season. That way, if Kelsey does retire, he has some feel of the game already.
Well, it was interesting listening to him because according to his press conference, like what he sounded like, he's like, nah, there's no plans on me redshirting this year. That's what he said. It sounds like it could happen. We'll see,
Yeah. We got Tony Wright. He says, I am a Falcons fan, and this is the first time I've discovered your podcast, and much respect to your Eagles and the draft that you had. Outstanding. Tony, appreciate you coming in, man.
Shout out to you, Tony. Thank you.
There. Yeah. The best draft in years. This draft totally just...
At least right now. I mean, we'll see in 3-4 years, but right now, the way it looks. Yeah.
Jesus. Let's see here. Paul says, how did you like the Falcons draft, Tony? I thought they should have went Garrett Wilson over Drake. Yeah, the Drake London thing just makes no sense. They could have had. Why the hell at 8 overall? Why?
That's when I started to feel good about the night. I said, this may be breaking our way. Keep that guy away from me and the team. I was like, we got a shot here. And what about the red jersey? The Corral jersey.
I still got mine on the couch.
I'm wearing it next year. I'm going to wear it next year. I'm going to try to change the back of the name, but I'm wearing it next year. Jeez.
Definitely. Tony says, but as me as a Falcons fan, you guys as Eagles have one thing in common. We both hate those fake, phony wannabes in Dallas that call themselves Cowboys.
There you go. I love it. Yes, we agree with that.
Here's one you're probably like. Eagles Atlanta says, Mark Holmes now did a video saying Jordan Davis may not be that good after making 10,000 videos about how he wanted him to be drafted by Dallas.
I know. So he said, oh, if we could just trade up for Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis not that good. Okay, Mark. Yeah.
Philly Fan D says, it's strange we're all talking our best draft to fire the scouts. Now, all these front office members, weird. It's weird, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I came up with the idea, the theory. Maybe it has something to do with the Dean pick. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Like,
and Tom Donahue left, right?
The fist bump rejection from last year's draft.
I mean, it's interesting. Like, they really cleaned house.
Yeah, I don't know. They fired a few people. They fired
Andy Weddle's brother, right?
That Andy Weddle.
They fired a couple people, and then they fired the senior advisor to Howie Roseman.
That's
so
crazy.
You tell me what happened. I don't know. Something had to happen. Is it change of philosophy, or how he say, I killed this shit? I don't need any of you people.
Maybe that's exactly
over.
How you said it just now is probably what happened. I don't doubt it. I honestly don't doubt it.
It's interesting.
He probably just said, you know what? Screw the rest of these guys. I got this.
So I've been listening to you people for years. You're making me take Jalen Reagor. Look what I just did. Because Howie was like, dude, he was making the laps and the rounds on the radio, and he was so happy. And
he seems like a different Howie. He's like
who is this guy?
Yeah, right.
I think it's like they cloned him or something. Somebody cloned Howie Roseman.
Howie's multiverse of madness, and
it is.
It went from Howie Vision to Howie's multiverse.
It's like we're getting the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man all of a sudden. He's all happy.
Paul says Saints will win 9, 10, 11 games like the Eagles have. So no high pick from them for 23. Both Eagles picks will be 18 and 23 range for 23.
I mean, it could happen. What we got to hope is that it just goes bad for them. I'm still pissed off about Miami. They were 1-7 and
they won 8-9 straight.
And they won. I mean, geez, like give me a break. But he might be right. It very well could happen.
TFP 23 says you guys are giving up on Reagor, but I think he does good this year.
Well, I mean, who do you take snaps away from? Like, if you're going to keep Reagor, then who are we going to take snaps away? I guess it'd have to be Quez, right? For Reagor to have a good year, he has to get significant playing time. No,
I don't even think he's going to even be able to play special teams. They got Devon Allen. They got the guy from Utah that's a big special teamer. So does he even have a chance to even play special teams at this point? I think he's going to get beat out.
I see Pascal as the fourth receiver. So to me, is Reagor going to really be the fifth receiver making first-round money? I would say no. So if they keep him, that means to me they're going to put him in. They're going to try to make him the third receiver. And to me, that's a huge mistake. Plus, he took off all his Instagram Eagle stuff and all that, right? So I don't know. I don't know what to think. Usually, you should give a receiver 3 years,
right?
He was so awful, and just his mental makeup, it just don't seem right to me,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he's mentally not there, he's just, I don't care how good you are, or how good you're.
He can't even take
no
Twitter. He loses his mind.
Yeah, I totally get it. Carson 500, check your Twitter DM. Apparently, Nakobe Dean fired his agent for the draft slide.
Oh, ooh. and if the Eagles hire him as a consultant, then you know something's really up.
Samuel says Nakobe Dean has potential to be the next D'Amico Ryans as long as Eagles take care of their defensive line.
Hey, listen, if you give me D'Amico Ryan, especially in his prime.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah, I'll take that any day of the week.
Line and process. The Eagles are the team to look out for in 2022.
I think so. I think so because I think that if you get the Hurts you got last year, I still think this team wins the division. if Hurts takes a jump in the weak NFC, they could be really dangerous.
Yeah. Michael Reed says, what's the expectation for Derek Barnett? Also, do you see the Eagles making a move for cornerback, possibly Bradbury? You answer the Derek Barnett.
My expectations for Derek Barnett are a lot of penalties. A lot of penalties. I don't expect Barnett to do much. I don't. If he gives me over 5.5 sacks, I will say it was a good year for Derek Barnett.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, so Brandon Graham did have a talk with Derek Barnett. And Derek Barnett, knows he's not liked by the fans. I mean, that's obvious. So,
well, I'm sure he's a great guy. It's not. He may
right.
be the nicest guy in the world. It has nothing to do with that. But his production has not been good. He's got more penalties in his career than sacks. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And I think Bradbury is very real possibility. Yes, I think very real if he gets cut.
It just really depends. The Bradbury thing, it really just depends on how many teams jump in this. Like, it's just how many teams jump in and how much they want to pay him. And that's really it's where it's going to. I don't know how much the Eagles have. I heard we had like $8 million left. I don't even know how much money we have left as of right now. So I don't even know.
They can manipulate that very easily.
I know. I mean, we saw it happen with the A.J. Brown trade. So obviously they can do it with somebody else.
Well, they made sure it didn't kick in this year. So that was the key.
Yeah. We have our grade with the super chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says Hurts doesn't make it to the third read. Quez down year.
That's where he's going to have to. He's going to have to improve. But listen, everything is contingent upon Hurts' development. If he don't develop, then you can't expect a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Can't expect a lot. Hold on. We got a super chat from Nate Condon. Says Nelson had flashes going into year 3 from year 1 and 2 at least. Jalen just so terrible you can't justify starting him over Watkins.
Yeah, I mean at least Nelson Aguilar makes he did have an explosive ability. You know what I'm saying? And he did, and it came out in 2017. Regular.
I think Aguilar always got separation. He just couldn't catch the ball. I think he was explosive, but just couldn't catch the ball. So
right. Yeah.
I think that was just part of it. But this guy has
when he was running down the sideline in Atlanta with the game on the line Monday night and went right through.
I know. He did it a few times when all receivers went down. He was the guy. The Falcons game, the Patriots game, the back of the end zone, the Vikings game where he had his hands out and then he put his hands back in when the ball came back to him. Like there were so many bad. Like he played horrible that year. I mean, he was back to old Aguilar.
Nelson Aguilar is very simple to figure out. If he makes a mistake early in the year, he's done. If he gets a little bit of confidence, he's good.
Boom.
That's why it's all mental. It's all mental with him.
At least what the Eagles did when even Nelson Aguilar going to his second year, at least what they did with him was they at least benched him. And I think it was the first year or the second. I think it was the first year or the second year.
The Seattle game. I think that was at least second year, I want to say.
Yeah. And they benched him. They benched
third
him.
year. It might have been third year. I can't remember.
Yeah, I forgot. Totally forgot. We have a super chat from not another slot guy. Says if Howie figured out how to not screw up the first 2 rounds of the draft, he would be a pretty damn good GM.
I kind of like that thumbnail. That's kind of cool.
What is that?
It's just playing a little poker. I like it.
Nice.
If Howie figured out how to screw up the first 2 rounds of the draft, right. If he could draft better. Then I agree. Then he's a pretty good damn GM. He could be the best GM in the league if he did better in his draft.
So who's over Howie besides Jeffrey Lurie? Is Andy Weidel maybe?
Weidel is, but I don't know how much. I don't know how much power he really yields. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. Jimmy Garrity, what's going on, man? He says, yo, fellas, love the Dean pick. Can't believe we're not the team passing on who we want. You ever think since Nick got here, we killed the last 2 drafts?
Yeah, well, I believe Nick knows how to talk to Howie. You got to put the ideas in Howie's mind. You can't say, hey, listen, this is what you got to do, Howie. You got to say things in a way where Howie thinks of it later and thinks it's his idea. We call that inception.
Yeah. You see, like their relationship on the even with the press conference, they seem really close. I mean, they do. They seem like they're best buds.
It seemed like they were smoking weed beforehand. They were really giddy, they were. I've never seen them so happy.
We got a super chat from Dave Edwards. Thank you so much, man. He says, just watch Britton Covey highlights film for the first time, and wow, his speed, vision, explosiveness is something special. He will make the team. He's only 5'8". He's 5'8", like 175 pounds. Like, that's it. Like, he's small, but that guy is not one of those special teamers that, gives up on a play, runs out of bounds. This guy goes through every crevice, every mouse hole of space, and with tough feet, it does so well, dude. I mean, I've watched. I could watch him all day. Pause, but I could watch him all day.
Well, we will see. We'll see. Some of these guys that come in and they get like deer in the headlights. So we'll see how he adjusts though. But it'll be interesting. It would be nice to have a good a good returner. Somebody that's dangerous. It would be nice.
Yeah, we haven't had that since Sproles and like who.
Right.
Josh Huff, like kick return wise, Josh Huff has been that's the last one that's ever done anything.
Yeah.
Toro says Rager has progressively gotten worse since high school and early college. His video from high school and early college was far more impressive. His last season in college regressed, and now he is worse.
Yeah, and I think that the fact that they weren't doing pro days like that where people were there, it was all on Zoom. Like I think that there was ways to manipulate 40 times in certain things.
Well, here's another thing too. He went through 6 quarterbacks at TCU as well. He went through 6. I mean, I don't know if that affects you in any, in some ways. I don't know if how many coaches he's been through.
Maybe he's the reason why they went through quarterbacks.
They quit. They wanted to transfer. They went to the transfer portal.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Alex King says Aguilar was a great route runner with butterfingers. Rager had hands for bricks and runs routes like Joe Biden walks the steps.
That's pretty good. I can't argue that.
Robert says they said Carson Strong was so smart he didn't have to look on the sidelines to help, and his strength can throw a ball through a guy.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, I didn't hear about the smart stuff. But I just when you watch his arm, man, he's got a powerful arm and it's live, man. That ball, there's heat on it. There's no question. He's going to be interesting to watch during training camp. I can't wait to watch him at preseason. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of time. I'm sure because I don't think they're going to play a lot of Hurts in this guys. I just don't think they'll do it.
They got to give Hurts reps. I mean, they got to give him reps.
I think he'll get limited reps.
You're telling me they're going to put him in for a couple series for one game. They're going to rest him and the rest of all these other veterans that are already here. They're going to. I'm not saying all the.
I think he plays one series. This is my guess. I think he plays one series, game 1, in the preseason. Game 2, he plays 1 quarter, and he's done the rest of his preseason. That's my guess.
Because they take these scrimmages as game like I just can't do it. I can't take these scrimmages. Like when it comes to like guys making plays like receivers and stuff, great because the matchups are, you're playing. It's not like one-on-one, corner, wide receiver, and they just, the receiver's just running in any direction. I mean, you're actually playing offense against defense. But with the quarterback, you're not getting tackled. You don't have pressure.
Right.
I mean, you'll have pressure on you, but they're not going to tackle you. So, it makes a huge difference. And I know Nick, I'm not going to believe a lot of things what certain players do. We were kind of like on the, we were on the Rager hype train when he got yelled at practice, and then he turned it around and thought that he was going to do some good things, all these one-handed catches, and Rager's back and he's ready to go. So,
I will not be Ben Simmons again.
Ray said Nick Sirianni is Obi-Wan Kenobi and Howie is the Stormtrooper. This is the wide receiver you're looking for.
I love it. That's great. That's a great analogy. Yeah. Agreed.
Chris Scott says we'll pass the ball 65% of the time. That's why I believe Quez will have a big year.
Yeah, I could see 65% a year. I think that's about right.
Oh, I missed a member chat. Oh boy. Oops. Hold on.
Yes, I don't know why StreamYard don't ever put it in.
I don't think StreamYard's ever updated. I think it's been the same. I don't think they've ever updated. I've never gotten an update for StreamYard, so I think it's always been the same. Let me try to find this real quick. Let me try to find it. I probably missed it.
Find that thing.
Oh, there it is. Marcus Bidmob, member for 5 months of the Shake Squad Soldier tier. Thank you so much, man. He says it's crazy how the Eagles went bad to good.
Yeah, quickly. I mean, I literally thought that they were slightly better than last year on defense going into this draft, but I didn't think that they were all that, you know. But after this draft, I mean, the expectations have totally changed. Totally changed.
Yeah, I felt like, and I don't know if you felt like it was kind of going south during free agency because like they were going more defense, they weren't helping Jalen Hurts offensively, and then every free agent was passing by their fingers. Everybody they were interested in, they just let go. I think they knew what the market was, and they weren't going to pay. I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, we could have missed out on AJ Brown and got Calvin Ridley. I mean,
I would much rather have AJ Brown than Calvin Ridley. You know.
We talked about AJ Brown so much, and we got so much crap for it, and it actually happened. It actually happened.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it just made sense. You know, when I do the videos like talk about DK or Debo or him, I'm not saying they're getting anybody. What I'm saying is what I think that they should do about those guys. And it was clear to me that you needed to get your first round pick. Now, I was saying first to the fourth, but get your pick and try to and call San Francisco, call Seattle, call and see whoever takes it. That's exactly what they did. They called San Francisco. They offered him a first and a third for Debo. They said no. They called Tennessee and offered it for AJ Brown, and they said yes. And boom, there you go.
How in the hell did they not give up any picks for next year or that second this year? I was shocked. They gave up a first and a third, and that was it.
Yeah, and they had
24 years
2/3.
old. That's crazy, though.
It is crazy.
Devontae needs more touches. Spitz says, hopefully Howie has found a draft formula. Just draft all the guys from champion team offenses and defenses.
Just stay in the SEC and draft from the national champions. I think that's a pretty good strategy, dude.
I believe it. I believe it. We got super chat from Mark Gravy. Thank you very much, man. So record prediction change from before draft to after.
I said 7 to 9. I would have said before the draft between 7 and 9 wins. I think now I'll say between 10 and 12.
Yeah, I said 7 to 9, and then I said 8 to 9. I said 8 to 10, 8 to 10. But
I think they're double
to be more.
Win. And I think if they could land like Bradbury, I think it's on the upper end of that 11 or 12.
Yeah, Howie Roseman wheeling and dealing. That's what he's going to do. If Bradbury's available, I want to see if the Eagles are actually going to jump on this. I'm actually interested to see if they actually do it. So hopefully,
yeah.
Paul says Packers will take a step back in 2022. Rams, Bucks are the top teams in the NFC. Packers, Vikings, 49ers, Cowboys, Saints, and Eagles all the second-tier teams.
Yeah. Here's what I would say. If I had to guess, I'll say so what teams do I think are better than the Eagles right now?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Rams, the Packers, the Bucks. I think they're all for sure. I think possibly the 49ers. I don't think the Saints and the Cowboys are better. So I think the Eagles are like the fifth team in the conference.
Even with Aaron Rodgers, like you're saying, even with what he has offensively.
I still think Aaron Rodgers makes everybody look good.
Right.
So I think Rams are the best team, and then I would say Bucks, Packers probably. Those are the top three, and I think the 49ers are pretty damn good. Overall, so I'll even put them 4. But then at 5, I mean, I think the Eagles, I think they jumped Dallas this year. I think they jumped Dallas. Washington, I guess it really depends on Carson. And then if you look at the other divisions, the people in the other division, I don't know about the Saints. I don't know. I think the Saints are like a 8 or 9 win team, but I think the Eagles are better than that.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm going to say I think they're the 5th best team in the conference, and then it's going to really depend on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I agree. Gerald Diggins says, "What do you think Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean stats and PFF grade will be after year 1?"
I don't know about PFF grade.
Yeah, I don't really follow that either.
I think Jordan Davis, tackle wise, I mean he's going to be the backup defensive tackle. He's going to be rotating in. I'm going to say he has 3 sacks this year. I'll say 3 sacks. And the Kobe Dean, I'm going to say he has over 100 tackles. I think he's going to start. I think he's going to play.
Do you think they put him at weak? Because apparently they're starting him at weak. Do you think they're moving from weak side to middle linebacker? I think after time, once he gets the feel, on the NFL level, they'll move.
Yeah,
him.
And I think at times you're going to see them playing two linebackers. They like to use two linebackers. I think you'll see him a lot. I think he starts right away, though. I do.
See, Robert B said, I really think Davis will learn off the guys of our team to get a better pass rush. I actually heard that Davis lost more weight.
He looks like he's starting to get like cut. Like, like he's 330. He looks like he's almost ripped. He definitely lost weight. He looked fast. He's really raw pass rush. It's something he can definitely develop. And I mean, Hargrave and Cox are perfect guys to learn from.
Oh, exactly. And they have seen a lot of video, even on the times where he had a good pass rush, even with Georgia. And I mean, he is just, he's a lot to deal with. I mean, there's times where there was 3 guys on him. I mean, 3 guys that were on him. Imagine what that's going to open up for these linebackers coming up.
He's got things to learn. He's got to learn leverage. He's got to stay in shape. He's got to be able to get down low. I mean, there's things he's got to learn to do. So we got to give him some time. But I think he'll play a lot. I think he'll have an impact in that rotation. And I expect him and Dean to play, man.
Yeah, I expect it too. Yo, Lionsden, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
What's up, Lionsden? How you, man?
Mikey says Davis won the Benerick Trophy, given the best defensive player in football, and he played at 350, 360.
Yeah, and he said to himself, he said in his press conference, he needs to be 330, around 330.
Yeah.
So he was playing overweight.
So Brian Jorger says, yo, Joey Shakes to Philly 5. Are you kidding me right now? I just watched film on this kid, Britton Covey. He's a cross between Christian McCaffrey and Get Speed, Deshaun Jackson. Wow, watch out. I'm telling you.
He's got some talent. He's going to be interesting to watch, Well, I want to see him on the field first in like a preseason game. Remember we've had quite a few guys that were supposed to be flashy and have a lot of speed, and then they get into the NFL and they look like a deer in headlights. So we'll see, but he's definitely got talent.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Nate Collins says, would you trade a 4th to keep Bradbury off the free agent market?
No,
I wouldn't trade. They're going to want more than that.
Because I think you can get him. I think all you have to do, one, if you trade a 4th, you have to pay him like ridiculous contract, right? I would just let him get cut and then be aggressive. I would take my chances.
They've been trying to trade him. That's the whole point. They know teams are just staying patient right now because if they're not moving him. Plus, if they release him, they save $10 million in the cap. So
when you get to the point where everybody knows you're going to cut him, you're not going to get anything. I mean, that was remember the whole Deshaun Jackson when he spread all those stupid rumors about him, which weren't even true. It was so stupid because you destroyed all the trade value.
Yeah, true. But I mean, other than that, guys, I mean, it's been we're just in rookie minicamp now. We'll find out more news tomorrow what's going on. But
we got this schedule this week. The schedule's big time because one, I don't want any Thanksgiving games, and I don't want any Christmas Eve or Christmas Day games or anything like that. But I want to see how this thing opens. I want to see who we play, and it's going to be interesting to see down the road. I'm hoping that it works out where we're getting like division home games at the end of the year. I'd rather play 3 road games early in September and then get your division games at home when it matters. So it's going to be interesting. My prediction for week 1, is Washington. We always play Washington. So I'm going to say we play Washington again.
Yeah,
Dallas will play tonight.
Everybody's going to want to watch that game between Philly and Washington in Philly because of Carson Wentz. It's going to be a very big anticipation. I think they'll get a lot of people watching that game.
Yep.
Definitely. 100%. But other than that, guys, it's pretty much it. I mean, we're getting ready, I mean, it's we got through all the other stuff, the draft, free agency, all done. We're going to see these rookies, see what they could do, and once everyone gets on the field for OTAs, we're going to be ready. We're going to see the competition, see where it heads.
And tomorrow's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and make sure you tell your mom, your wife, happy Mother's Day. And I hope everybody enjoys themselves, man. I'm gonna take a breather tomorrow. I will have a video out, but I am gonna take a breather for the first time in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a really long 3 weeks. It has been. There's 337 in the chat. Much love to everybody that joined the stream today. If you guys haven't subscribed, new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the stream if you guys love the Philly Shakedown podcast. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the better half of the Philly Shakedown.
500 has no flip-flops in this house. No flip-flop until I drop. Nope. You'll never see me wear flip-flops, especially the ones where they get that little thing that goes between toes. Ugh. Disgusting.
Yeah, it makes it. I can't stand that. I can't even wear those things. And
if you have like evolution toe and you wear the other ones, the whole toes like hanging over this, just put socks on. We all should have hooves. Better world.
Hooves.
Well, we all, yeah.
All right, guys. You guys have a fantastic day. Like I said, subscribe to Philly 500. His link is in the description below. We're putting out content nonstop. I hope you guys enjoyed most of the offseason, the really important stuff, the offseason content that we've been putting out. Glad we had a really good draft, and rookie mini camp is now, and then we're just gonna have to wait 4 long months till the season starts. But I think we're gonna be very excited just for training camp, the competition with certain positions.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that first preseason game. Oh my god,
I know
it's going to kill me. What I need the Eagles to do is release a schedule, and then they need to introduce the black helmet, how that's going to look, and the Kelly green, and start selling the merchandise now, so I can get myself the right jerseys.
They might not. I don't know. They might not sell it too early. I mean, they might wait a whole.
No, they might not. They might not. But I wish they would. I want to get into Kobe Dean green jersey. Kelly.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're gonna.
Although he shouldn't have 17. 17 should be retired. But it hasn't been. So I don't know why they never retired it.
Right. Well, all right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one next Saturday on Philly 500's channel, and we'll definitely be back, and definitely keep watching. Subscribe to both channels, and like the stream if you guys haven't. So, all right, guys. You guys have a fantastic day. Peace out, guys.
Take care.